Hey there, I'm Paul Robertson. I'm the editor-in-chief at Fight to Repair News. So our story this week is entitled, Are Right to Repair Laws Working? A case in California holds some clues. It's a really interesting bit of reporting that we did about a complaint filed to California's Attorney General, that's Rob Bonta, back in July by Stephen Rhine, who owns Rhine Labs. They're an independent repair shop up in Vancouver, Washington. So Ryan's complaint was about a California company called American Hacko Products. They make soldering irons and soldering iron stations. And they weren't complying with that state's new right to repair law. Ryan had asked Hacko right after the law went into effect on July 1 to provide him with firmware and schematics as well as service manuals for a couple models of its soldering stations that he uses in his business. He has California customers, and besides, Hacko is a California company, so they have to comply with the law no matter what. The company's response was that it was still working on updating its service manuals and that it provided firmware for its newer model soldering stations, but it didn't need to provide them for the older models that Ryan used, and that schematics weren't needed for repairs and wouldn't be provided. So Ryan asked the California Attorney General to look into it and get the company to provide him with the information he needed and that he's entitled to under the law so that he could make repairs to these products that he owns. This is a really interesting piece of reporting because it touches on a key question floating in the air after 5 U.S. states passed comprehensive electronics right to repair laws in the last couple of years. Namely, are companies going to comply with these laws? And a related question, will state attorneys general who are tasked with enforcing them actually do that? So in the case of California's Attorney General, the answer is apparently yes. It sent an inquiry to Hacko in November, along with a copy of Ryan's complaint. And the company soon after provided Ryan with some of the firmware that he had requested, but not the schematics, and the service manuals are still being updated. So kind of complied a little bit. This also touches on some of the underlying economics of right to repair and why winning a right to repair is so critical to diffusing the runaway high cost of doing business in our economy. So Ryan's customers are small businesses that use what are called CNC machines. That stands for computer numerical control machines. These are things like mills and lathes that used to be manual but are now driven by software and electronics and can operate highly accurately and very efficiently. When a control board on one of these things breaks, small companies like Rhine Labs can come in, independent repair shops, repair those control boards, get the equipment back up and running in a hurry and at a pretty reasonable price. Keeps those small businesses operating. As Ryan told me, if we can get right to repair enforced, it'll make it economically viable for small businesses like his to provide these services and keep the cost of repair and maintenance low, keeps the business operating costs for those small businesses low. So check out our story. Also check out Rhine Labs' YouTube channel, which we link to in our post, and subscribe to Fight to Repair News if you want access to our exclusive reporting, podcasts, live virtual events, and more. Thanks.